Hi, Tuan.
Hi.
Christmas is my favorite time of year.
Nice.
And one of the things I like about Christmas is the food. Various recipes from different, countries and cultures. And when I visit friends, there's always a huge array of baked goods.
Yeah.
And you are a baker.
Yeah.
And I thought, why not come share your favorite recipes or one of your favorite recipes with us today? So why don't you tell us about yourself and what you do?
Thank you. And I'm really glad to be here. I mean, like you said, Christmas is one of my favorite. In fact, it's my favorite time of the year. The season just brings a lot of love, a lot of cheer and joyfulness in the air.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and baked goods are just right in the center of it all. So as a baker, my name is Ituhan. I'm a baker. I have a custom confectionery company where we do custom cakes and treats, and I can tell you that we always look forward to Christmas because it's really about the love and the sweetness of our product here. So that's it.
Right. And what is it about baked goods and Christmas? Why is there so much of baked goods around? Like after Christmas, I'm always planning on hitting the gym because
everyone, not just you.
Because I would have eaten too much.
Yeah.
But what is it about baked goods and Christmas? Is it because they're just easily available, or is good gifts, gifting ideas? Tell us more about that.
I think they make good gifting ideas, but there's just something about the heartiness of it. It's like when you gather, when family gathers, it's symbolic of celebration. So when Christmas, a lot of people come back home, families reunite, old friends come up, they meet up, and just having that thing that is tasty and also would help with enhance the memories. It's perfect. So that's what the baked goods do. They actually just enhance those celebratory moments.
Absolutely. And maybe easy to pick up as
yes,
you go.
That's true. Easy to pick up. Easy to pick up.
Well,
and sweet too.
And sweet. We all like sweets,
yes,
don't we?
Yeah, we do.
What's your favorite Christmas recipe? Or one of them. I don't know how many you have.
I do have a lot.
A lot of favorites.
A lot of favorites.
I bet you do.
I do. But I think the fruitcake is my favorite because it's not something you eat every day. It's should I call it the upper echelon of cakes? It is just on its own level, and a lot of people don't like it. In fact, there are two kinds of people. There are people that don't like fruitcakes and there are people that just love it. I don't think there's a middle part. There are people that know it's either you like it or you don't. You love it or you don't like it.
Don't like it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
absolutely love a good fruit cake with a kick of rum in it.
Exactly. That's it. So with a kick of rum.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite because it reminds me of when I was little and Christmas and weddings. Those were two wonderful events that we're always invited to, and and it wasn't like vanilla cake that you could get it for your birthday. It was something
so
you don't
true.
get at a very specific time.
Now you say that it's so nostalgic.
Exactly.
You just took me back there. So I know you're going to be sharing a recipe with us today.
Yes, I am.
So which one will you be sharing?
I'm going to be sharing a light fruit cake recipe because I chose this recipe to share because some people might not like the rum in the fruit cake, and they might not like. A lot of people don't like the darkness of a typical traditional rich fruit cake, but this is kind of in between. It's a good compromise.
Okay.
It's tasty, it doesn't have as much fruit, but it's so easy to make. It's something that I can just wake up in the morning and just whip it up and put on the dining table.
Oh wow.
And we have a treat for the week, for the day. It's something that you can dress up and put on a dinner for a formal dinner when you're having your friends or family over. It's something you can bake in a small loaf pan and give out to your friends, your family, or your neighbors. So it is very versatile.
And talk about giving out. I mean, this year in particular, with the inflation and the economic crunch, lots of people are cutting back on gifts. So will this make like a good gift, a gifting idea, would you say?
Yes, it would. Definitely more than going to buy something from the store. And then because it's handmade and it's made from scratch, my recipes are made from scratch. So we use, fresh ingredients. So it is more wholesome, and giving a gift that is wholesome and thought. You put a lot of thought into it. I think it will go a long way to be really appreciated. So yes, this would also be good as gifts.
So good as gifts, but are they cost effective?
Yes, it is definitely cost effective. If you're making it yourself, you're cutting off the overhead and the profits that everybody else like me is going to be putting up. So you can whip it up, and it's not so expensive. These are things that you can readily get from any store. You don't have to like order on online to get one specific ingredient. There are things that most of us even have at home if you dabble in cooking and all those things. So you can just whip it up.
All right, so maybe we head into the kitchen. But before we do that, how long have you been a baker?
Oh my goodness. Funny question. I've always baked as far as I can remember. I used to bake from secondary school, but professionally I've been doing this since I don't know, for years, maybe over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. Yeah, definitely over 20 years.
That's a long time.
Yes, it is. It's something I love to do.
Yeah, so we will head into the kitchen and then you share your recipe with us. All right, so we're now in the kitchen.
Yes.
So I see lots of ingredients. Which is which?
All right, so today we're going to be making a light fruitcake loaf.
Yeah.
We're using a 1 pound loaf pan, and then I'll have some extra for a mini to show you how you can make small ones that you can give out. We're going to use butter, eggs, fruits, of course. So these are glace fruits. You buy them from the store. I just put some currants, some glace fruits, some cherries in here, and then we have sugar and flour, baking powder, and salt. And I'm going to put the zest of 1 lemon.
1 lemon.
Yes.
Now, all of these measurements, you're going to provide them to us.
Yes, definitely.
Because I'm sure everyone's wondering, all right, there are lots of ingredients, but what are the measurements?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will also talk about them as I'm putting them in.
Putting them, wonderful.
You have the full recipe.
Excellent.
For this recipe, you're also going to need a scraper or a spatula to mix. You're going to need a mixer. It doesn't have to be a stand mixer. If you have a hand mixer, you can still do it. So I'm using a stand mixer today, and you're going to need a scale because it's not the recipe that you just measure with cups. You have to use exact measurements. So you can buy a digital scale, or if you have the other kind of scale, you can use that. So to begin, we will put 250. Put this first. Okay. We're going to put 250 grams of butter. This is unsalted butter because I'm going to add this salt directly by myself with the flour. We're putting, let me put this before okay.
So if you have salted butter, then
you don't need to put salt because it will be too much. So, but I prefer to use unsalted because I can control the amount of salt. Yes, and then I'm going to put 200 grams of sugar. You can still reduce the sugar. I'm using white sugar. You can use brown sugar if you want. You can actually still reduce the sugar to about 180 grams if you don't really like a lot of sugar, but it is actually reduced already, so 200 grams would do. And then I'm going to cream the sugar and I'm going to start with a low speed. Yeah, just to get it together, and then I'll cream this for about less than 5, about 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
I'll start with the low speed, so I'm starting with like a 1 or 2, and then I'll go to number 4 and do that for about 3 minutes to get it creamy and soft. So you need to bring out your butter and get it to room temperature. Mine is still a bit cold, that's why it's looking like but it's supposed to be not very soft, but just room temperature. So if you can put your finger through it and it goes in there, you know it's right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while we cream this, I will measure the flour. This is 300 grams of flour. So we can going to add baking powder, 1 teaspoon, 1 level teaspoon of baking powder, and half teaspoon of salt. Regular salt or sea salt is okay. And then I'm also going to get the I think I should increase it a bit. Okay.
people who might not eat, who might not be able to tolerate butter, is there like a substitute?
There is a substitute. You can use margarine, but if you don't even want dairy at all, you can use, there's another kind of recipe where you use oil, yes, to make it. And then if you don't want, if you're like gluten, if you take gluten-free products, then you can use 1-to-1 gluten-free flour and get the same results. And if you don't eat dairy, you can use oil and you can omit the eggs. There are different recipes for different dietary concerns.
So all they need to do is set up a recipe that's tolerable to them.
That is tolerable to them, yes. And you can substitute the
eggs
yes, you can. So
of the ingredients.
Yes. So I'm just going to scrape it because I want to make sure everything is creamy. Sorry. And then I'll do this again for a few more minutes. So yeah, and then I'm going to grate now. I'm going to grate the lemon into the fruit.
Oh, so you grate it into the fruit.
Yes. So yeah, I have.
Is there a specific reason why you grate into the fruit and not just
yes,
add it?
Yes, you'll find out in a minute.
Okay, I'm going to, because I'm really interested in this. You can see.
You'll find out very soon. So, maybe I should leave on the plate first. Try not to get the white part, just the thin zest. If not, you'll have a very bitter cake here. You can use lemon, you can use orange. I like lemon, so I think it makes the cake taste very, very fresh and nice. So while this is on, I forgot to mention, you need to preheat your oven to 325 degrees.
I see your oven is already on.
Yes, it's already on. You need to preheat it before you even start mixing to get your oven at the right temperature. And I think we have smell this already smells so nice.
I know. I can't wait.
So
I can't wait for this to get ready and dig in.
Okay, so now I'm going to add the eggs. I want to show you how it looks now. It's lighter in color, and you can see that it's actually practically dropping from, because the temperature is getting colder, so you won't get that very light. The butter is still a bit cold, but regardless, this is a good base to start. Yes, so I'm going to now break in the eggs, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor, vanilla is just like a base, and then a little bit of maybe ½ teaspoon of orange flavor to make it more interesting. Yeah, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Can I take this?
Yes.
So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is like the best vanilla there is. So it's very.
And what's the brand?
Nissin
Masse in Madagascar. Okay.
It's pure vanilla extract, so it's from the vanilla bean. And then I'm going to add just 1/4 teaspoon, I think, because I don't really want we already have some lemon there. I don't want it to be too citrusy. So I'm going to add just a little bit of orange. 1/4 teaspoon of orange flavor.
This is interesting. It's orange flavor, but it's white.
Yes.
It's white in there.
You know, so now you're going to see why. Let me put the eggs first. Sorry.
Now you must be an expert to do this.
Yes, please. I'm sorry. Don't do this at home. What you should do is break the eggs into a plate or a bowl like this, and then put them into don't crack your eggs and.
Because I can't promise I won't get
some shells exactly.
in there.
I'm so used to this, so I mean, like.
Yeah, so this is from habit.
This is from habit. Yeah, I don't do that. And always wash your hands after touching raw eggs. So I'm going to wash my hands now and then come back and continue. In about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, you are done with it. It takes a long time to bake because we're baking at a low temperature. So you're going to have to bake for about an hour or an hour 20 minutes because the pan is deep. So it will take longer to bake, but the slow cooking gives it a really rich, dense texture. So now I put my baking powder and my baking powder and my salt in here. I'm going to put a bit of it. Let me just get it to whip a bit. Alright, so I'm going to, you can't see the mix, but it's a bit curdled, no alarm. Don't be worried. That's how it's supposed to be. Alright, so I'm going to put half of the flour mix in here. And then I'm going to turn this, because this bowl is really small, I'm going to have to turn it here and gently just mix it in with the flour. So this means that this will help the fruits not to sink to the bottom of the cake when I bake it. Yes. So and the zest is going to really be infused because flour. Yes, it is in the flour. It's going to be infused. So that's why I did the.
Didn't know that.
One of the tricks of the trade, the hacks of the trade, rather. Yeah. So now I'm going to gently just
mix a little.
Yeah, just a little because flour is it has gluten. It's the strengthener of the cake. If you over mix a batter that has flour, the more you mix it, the thicker, the more bread. Yeah, the more bread-like it feels, and nobody wants a bread-like cake. So I'm just going to increase it a little bit, just a bit for about a minute, and then I will. Okay, and I'm going to stop and let the machine rest. I'm going to use my hands to fold in this. Okay.
This looks like a really easy,
very easy
recipe.
Easy, yes, you can, and it's a no fail. It's very hard to, very easy. I mean, very hard to get it wrong. Yeah.
That's the kind of recipe I like.
Really?
So viewers, put in the comment box if you're going to be trying this anytime soon and if you're going to be giving this out for Christmas. And be sure to invite me. I would love to come have some.
So I'm going to now fold in. It's actually a technique called folding in, but you can just call it like stirring. I'm going to stir in the flour coated fruits into the mix. And we're done. And that's it. So, you know, you need a little bit of manpower for this, but and then even if the mixture is actually thick, it doesn't matter. It's oh, this is nice. I love the smell. I can never get used to this, even if I bake every day.
Every day.
I can't really. So gently just stir it in.
I think we're going to get off camera because I'm going to pick up some of the batter and start eating them. So.
Okay, so now finally we'll spray our pan. If you have a spray, if you don't have a spray, you can just melt a bit of butter and grease the pan. I'm just going to spray. And I'm going to do a small tiny one so I can show you. This is the size. You buy these 4 pans in the store. This is the size if you want to give out. They have bigger sizes, so depends on you. And they have round shapes too.
So is it okay if some flour is still on the fruit?
Yes, because
it'll all melt in.
It will melt in, and that's going to help it make it more. That's going to make it stick to the batter and not
to the bottom.
Not to the bottom, yeah. So it's a bit thick, like I said, but no alarm, no fears, no worries. It's going to come out well. Usually, if I was doing this like commercially, I would weigh my batter into the pan. So yes, to get accurate measure. So if you're going to do for your family, I mean, when you give out, you should weigh them so that everything is proportional and. So you fill your pan like 3/4 full. Then you don't need to fill them up to the brim because it is going to rise a bit, just a bit. So you don't need to overfill. I just put some there, and then I'm going to put the rest in here. This is going to bake for about an hour 20 minutes maximum. And one way to test if the cake is done is if you put a skewer or a skewer in the middle of the cake and it comes out clean, then you know that it is ready. So if you have nuts or you want to put some toppings on it, you can do that. Level the top
at this stage.
At this stage, you can just sprinkle some things on top of it
before it bakes.
Yeah, like almonds, or if you know, or cherries or whatever. But know that some of them might still sink. So now we have our cake ready to go into the oven, which is at the right temperature now. We're going to bake this for, yes, it's at the right temperature. We're going to bake this for 1 hour. At the 1 hour mark, I'll check it, and then if it's not baked, leave it for another 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm sure by then it will be ready. But this will bake before this, because obviously this is smaller. Yeah. So. Use your middle shelf in your middle rack in the oven.
Okay.
Yeah.
This really looks scrumptious.
Thank you.
So it's out of the oven and it is cold.
Yeah, you can see that the fruits are everywhere because they are still on top. So that means it's fully dispersed. You know, it's not sinking to the bottom.
To the bottom.
So every slice will have a nice, yummy goodness.
Yeah.
So I want to just quickly show you, if you're having dinner, a formal dinner, you're inviting people over, you want to dress up the cake a bit. I want to show you something that you can quickly do. This is icing sugar, confectioner sugar.
Okay.
1.5 cups, and then I'm just going to add 3 tablespoons of water. This is water I would drink, so it's safe. 3 tablespoons of water. Yes. And I was going to add oh, I need that back. Orange flavor, but I changed my mind and decided to use the lemon. Remember the lemon that we
the zest.
Yes. So I'm going to use the juice of the lemon. I'm just going to put 1 teaspoon of lemon, fresh lemon juice, just to give it a nice tangy taste. And then that's it. So now I can keep this. And then you just mix it together and get a paste. That is it. If you think it's too light, I'll show you the consistency you should aim for. If you think it's too light, you can add some more icing sugar to it. It doesn't really matter. But it should be, this is a bit too drippy. So I'm going to add a bit more icing sugar, just a little bit. Icing sugar. Bit by bit. So you can use vanilla, you can use orange flavor. It's just a very simple glaze that sets hard, not too hard, but you know. So we're going to, I'm just going to put this, hope it doesn't, let's see.
This looks ready to have with coffee or tea. I don't think I should wait for Christmas to eat this. Should I?
And then, hold on, I need to garnish it a bit.
Oh wow! You can tell I'm ready to
Yes,
go, right?
I can tell.
I don't think I'll wait for Christmas.
So I'm going
Christmas
to just...
came early.
Well, it's a bit runny. I was so impatient. I should have added some more ice and sugar. But the good thing is, you can just put some lovely cherries right in the middle. If you have some green, you can just put them whole. You don't have to cut them.
Is that colorful?
Just want to put this.
And I mean, you can use something else. It doesn't have to be cherries.
It doesn't have to
right?
be cherries. You can use fruits. You can use cranberries. You can leave it plain. You can put sprinkles, Christmas sprinkles on it. I just want to make sure that it is good.
And this is rosemary. Rosemary in a cake?
Well, it's for garnish actually. So,
oh, there you go.
yeah. Just to give it some color.
Who knew?
It's actually quite.
And rosemary is very festive.
Yes, it is.
So.
It looks like, you know, it's almost like Christmas is here. Let's bring out the rosemary. You know, so.
And it's not just the cake, it's the aroma of the whole home, right?
Yes.
You walk in and it's so inviting.
Yes,
because
exactly. And you
freshly baked cake or goods.
I think, should I add some more? It's okay.
You're asking
Yes,
the person that's going to devour
I'm
this.
asking,
Like,
I'm asking the hostess.
you know this is not working right now because I'm going to take all of that out and start. So,
Oh my goodness!
but it's okay. But this looks really
we've
pretty.
done some.
This looks really pretty, and
Yeah.
it does make a difference when you're hosting, right?
It does. It does.
A presentation style.
Exactly, and then you can put sprinkles on it. So,
Very colorful.
You want to do the honors?
You trust me to do the honors? No,
Yes.
you go ahead. I can't trust myself
I
right
like
now.
the middle of the cake though. So
The middle of the cake.
yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Bad habit. I like the middle of the cake. I don't need the edges of the bread. I don't need the edges of the.
Of the cake. You are one of those.
Yes, I am. Unfortunately. So I'm just gonna take. Sorry, I'm gonna use my hands.
Yeah,
Take this off.
sure.
Oh. This.
Oh, smells heavenly.
Our cherry should go with it too. Thank you.
And it's so. Oh.
There you go.
I can't wait. All right, you guys watching, sorry. I can't invite you, but you can come. Oh my goodness. This is so yummy.
Thank you. So guys, you can try this. Everyone can try this. It's easy. You don't have to put the dressing.
I'm speechless. I'm really speechless, guys. You need to try this. Send me an email.
Yeah.
Put that in the comment there. Let me know if you're going to try this. And if you're going to be ordering some from her.
Yeah. Please do. Let's make this Christmas the best Christmas ever.
And guys, guess what? Thank you, Itoan. You're giving our audience, our viewers, a 5% discount.
Yes.
5% discount on a loaf, on any loaf for Christmas. If you order between now and the 30th of November. If you order between now and the end of November, you'll be getting a 5% discount.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Talk with Mo.
Yes.
You can thank me later. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this. You take good care and God bless you.